Naori. Shion. Damn it!
Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Sonic thrust! Crush! Try harder! Crush! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Nah! You picked the wrong fight! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Crush! Destruction! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Destruction! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Pierce through! Crush! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! It's on! You picked the wrong fight! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Destruction! Crush! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Rising Wyvern! We did it! Mirage! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Sonic thrust! Destruction! This isn't looking good. There! Pierce through! This should do it! Rising Wyvern! Mirage! Crush! Destruction! Crush! Ah!
Alvin?
Rinwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistlein. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganath Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Haros senses an owl around here.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Calamity. A new melody.
I owe you one.
Benediction.
It's on! Eat dirt!
Is it hot?
I owe you one.
Just bash it out again! Raging
Sonic
Storm!
Thrust!
More where that
Pierce
came
through!
from!
Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern!
Light Astral Energy!
Ganath! Mirage!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Sonic! Shut him down!
The wind! Air
Take this!
Photon
Pierce through! Sonic Thrust!
grind you into
Pierce
dust.
through!
I'm ready!
Start up!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Mirage!
Bane
Pierce through!
blood.
Try harder!
Thunder Field!
Bloody
Dance in the wind! Air Thrust!
Destruction!
Light Astral!
Destruction! Sonic Thrust!
Now!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Ganath. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me! Let's get to work then! It does it! Simeon, I shall heal you where you stand!
Not today!
magic is there!
It's almost too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
The enemy heals ours too.
We'll soon see about that!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Raging Cascade! Dance in the wind!
I'm ready! Hey! Blow them away! Watch this! You're mine! Take this! They smite with lightning blade!
Supernova! Thunder Field!
Take this!
Demon Fang!
Not in your dreams!
Wind
Watch energy!
on your
Supernova!
Another incantation ruined.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Guiding out!
Demon Fang! It's go time! This one's mine! Big Blast! Double Demon Fang! Do it!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleum kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Okay.
Why?
Ugh. Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay,
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danan's fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? I think Huro senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out. You sense one?
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh! It's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganath back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Well, yeah, but still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what...
Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though, there are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almadria. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear, right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though, not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Air thrust!
Can't get out of this! Sword Rain Alpha!
Not in your dreams!
Eagle Fly! Blew away!
It's a duel of the arts! Thunderblade! One more time! You got company!
Sword Rain Alpha!
The
enemy feels ours too.
You'll soon see about that!
Eagle Fly!
Wind Astral Energy!
I can carve through! I'm just getting stuck! Dragon Swarm! I'm on it!
Thunderbolt!
Snap!
Shining Supernova!
Resonate with the earth!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Close
Shouldn't have
one.
done that.
This one's mine!
Swallow dance!
First strike!
Thunder Field!
Eagle Fly! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Take this!
I'm ready!
Lightning Condense!
Totally! In an instant!
Impact claw!
There's always room for improvement.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Little help!
Be still!
Are those arms even natural?
Execution!
They're surrounding us!
I'm ready!
Rising Rocket!
I'm on take this!
Downforce!
Bloody holiday! I'll smash you!
Dragon Swarm!
No further! I'm just getting started! Oh, now you're talking! I'll take you! Elusive deity!
This one's mine!
Rotating pile driver! Begin!
Wind Astral!
Take this!
Deny!
Dance in the wind!
Here it comes! Soaring Rudder!
Dance in the wind!
I'm ready! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Dance in flow!
Rising Rocket!
Scream!
Shining Supernova!
Leave the ensnaring to me! Yeah! And pummel it to me!
The heavens must be smiling. on your
No
deck,
further!
then tonight's meal is on you. You've got
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Shining Supernova!
Hitting pile
Thunder Field!
I'll smash you!
More where that
This
came
one's
from!
mine!
Talon Hurricane! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
benediction
Someone
light.
flash!
Leave the enemy's arms to me!
Appreciate the concern. No complaints here!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
No.
Dance in the wind!
Couldn't make it in
Air
time.
thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Benediction light.
Demon Fang!
Shining Supernova! Arc Seal!
Rising Wyvern!
Not on my watch!
Soaring Light
Lightning
Spear!
Descent!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Not today!
Swallow dance! I'm on a roll now!
Rising
Take
Wyvern!
this!
Stardust!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Oh yeah? Think you could beat me at arm wrestling?
When have I not beaten you?
Right. I'll just go on ahead then. What is this? Ugh, I'm okay, guys.
Coming
Dance in
through.
the wind! Air thrust!
I'm on it! Rising Wyvern!
Nothing gets by me!
Benediction
Bet that
light.
shell's hiding something tasty!
Dragon Swarm!
Shining Supernova!
Anything armor is all back in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I
That's
can
my
be!
cue.
Shut him down!
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Demon Fang!
My reach is even wider!
Gale Force! Wind
This one's mine!
Tempest Swirl!
Rising Wyvern!
Eagle Fly! Crumble! I'm just getting
Rising Wyvern! Stardust!
I'm ready! You made quick work of us!
Want me to pick up your slack, friend?
Just pointing it out! I'm ready!
Kisara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Be still!
I'm ready!
Shining!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
There's more where that came from.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
This will be a delicious piece of cake. Don't mind if I do.
I'll smash you! Bloody Hollow, take this! Big Blast!
Is it high? Just back it out again.
Can't get out of this!
Thunder Field!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Supernova! More where that came from.
Not today! Finish
Talon
it!
Hurricane!
In an instant! Impact Claw! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Thunder Field!
Slash! Demon Fang!
Shining Supernova!
Eternal Devastation!
First strike! Talon Storm! Seismic
Wind
Rupture!
Astral
Hey,
Energy!
I'm ready! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
So, did you like my boost art?
Yeah, it was off the charts.
freeze. Get in, get out. Far enough.
Not in your dreams!
I can carve through armor.
Dance in the wind!
Feel me where you stand. No armor can stop me.
Remind me to stay on the
I'm ready. Hey, blow them away. How's that? Now, lost my focus.
This one's all mine!
Eat this. That's enough. Begin.
Swordling Alpha!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life.
Take this!
Benediction
I'm on!
All in. And more than
Allow for an ounce!
Do it.
Kitara, frozen!
Hammer.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
I shall ensure you survive
Dance in
this.
the wind! Air thrust!
Take this.
Dance in the wind!
I can carve through armor.
Don't mind if I do!
Be careful, everyone!
Air thrust!
This one isn't normal!
Hurricane.
They're all coming after me!
I'm coming, Manuel!
I'm not scared, frozen!
Hammer.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
This one's mine!
I'm on it.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind!
Now you see what I can do.
Air thrust!
Finish it!
Dance in the wind!
Rising Wyvern! In an instant! Impact Block! We work well together.
Dance in the
finely
wind!
timed blow.
Air thrust! Here goes! You're really strong, Alvin!
I'm just trying to do the best I can.
Still, it's reassuring to have you around.
Dragon Form! Pierce through! Rising Wyvern!
Leave the charge
Soaring
to me.
Spear!
I'm ready.
In an instant! Impact Block!
So I still had room to grow. And thus our strength yet grows.
This looks nice and tough.
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up. Little help! Not on my watch! Thunder Field!
Take this!
I'll tear you
Shining
apart.
Supernova!
Can't get out of this.
More where that came from!
Not today!
Rage.
I'll smash you!
You're mine!
Shining
Swordling
Supernova!
Alpha!
Thunder
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Pierce through!
Lightning Condensed!
Elusive Deity!
Thunder Blade! Lightning Condensed!
Double
Thunder
demon
Blade! Lightning Condensed! Thunder Blade!
Blind you with a dust! Crescent Slash!
Thunder!
Thunder Peal!
And now, deliver you apart!
Shining Supernova!
Bloody howling!
Eat this! Double demon
I
fang!
can carve through armor!
Demon fang! Smoke!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Benediction
Eat
right.
this!
Demon
Felt fine not too long
Finish
ago.
it!
Thunder Blade!
this!
Lightning
Demon
Condensed!
fang!
I'm ready! Rip and tear! Bloody howling! How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite. I'll be relying on your fancy footwork.
Does fancy footwork mean running away like a chicken?
No! What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Did we really just spend that much money?
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! While that thing seizes a talking meal!
So let's show it how wrong it is! Is it trying to stop us?
Raging Cascade! Raging Cascade!
Stay away from my friend!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life! Resuscitation!
Raging
Swordblade
Cascade!
Alpha!
Raging Cascade!
Be still!
No further!
Raging Cascade! Raging Cascade!
Ready and ready! Benediction light.
Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Can you take it? Eat
Air thrust!
Now you see what I can do!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Hitting pile
First one!
Eat this!
It's wide open!
It
Raging
won't
Cascade!
escape me!
Spread! Raging Cascade!
Nothing gets by me.
Far enough!
Raging Cascade!
Deity!
Spread!
Hitting pile
Raging Cascade! Spread! Raging Cascade!
Nice work!
Resonate with the air! Stalagmite! Bathed in blood,
Rising
rending you a
Wyvern!
bloody howling!
Raging Cascade!
Rip it!
Raging Cascade!
I break you all down. Forgive me. This is my
Demon
fault.
Fang!
Thunder Field!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Raging Cascade!
Not to the now! While it's reeling!
Take this!
Raging Cascade!
I can handle it.
Chinese Supernova! Raging Cascade! Spread!
Little thrust! Now you see what I can do! Eat this! Eat this!
Denied.
Try harder!
Eat this! First strike!
Chinese
Rising
Supernova!
Wyvern!
Deity! I'm on a roll now! I'm ready!
Dragon Claw!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Chinese Supernova!
Rending you a
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Not today!
Raging Cascade!
Go away!
Spread!
Be still! You're mine! Rising Wyvern!
Swallow dare! I lost my focus!
Dance in the wind!
Try harder!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Now or never. Take this! Ready and rare!
Pierce through!
Wind astral energy!
I can carve through armor!
Thunder field!
Is this it?
I couldn't make it in time. Eagle Fly! I healed myself.
Wind astral energy! Thunder field!
Resonate with the earth!
Raging Cascade! I'm sorry.
From beyond, imbue this
Raging
vanquished soul
Cascade!
with love. Resuscitation! Benediction.
Now's our chance!
And more than
Air
enough for now.
thrust! Raging Cascade!
Far enough!
Dragon Claw!
Raging Cascade!
Resonate with the earth!
Swordblade Alpha!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Eagle
Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear!
Raging
Mirage!
Cascade!
Dragon
The
Swarm!
finishing blow!
You'll need to beat me to it, kid.
I'll take on that challenge!
Raging Cascade!
Not today!
Mom. Dad.
You are gonna pay for that! Bathed in blood, rending you a bloody howling! Take
Raging Cascade!
It's in your hands now.
Spread!
has a most peculiar taste.
Raging Cascade!
Hurricane Thrust!
You see what
Some
happened there?
punishment.
Cross. Shouldn't have done that. Ready to go.
I healed myself.
Far enough.
Close one!
Begin. Rapid fire. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Ready.
Just what the doctor ordered!
Bathed in blood. Rendering
Raging
you a bloody
Cascade!
howling. From beyond, imbue this
Raging
vanquished soul
Cascade!
with love. Resuscitation.
Close one! Raging Cascade! Mom,
Let us take to the fray.
Dad,
Pay for that!
better!
Double Demon Fang!
I'll grind you into dust.
Demon Fang! I'm gonna need more of that red energy.
Raging Cascade!
Soaring Light Spear! Mirage!
Raging
Shot
Cascade!
to it! Not today!
Rotating pile. The picture of hell.
Raging Cascade!
From Nasa!
Denied.
Rise and
Raging Cascade!
Simply incredible.
Finish
Raging
it!
Cascade!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistleum made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Dohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hootle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings, let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us.
Can we get down?
Hey! Are you insane? What the hell were you thinking? I thought we were gonna die!
One simply needs to be bold and act with conviction in times such as these.
Did you know it was gonna be safe before you jumped? Because I sure didn't.
More or less. I figured there would likely be a basin here akin to most such waterfalls.
Don't just make people jump off cliffs on a hunch!
Are we ever gonna finish climbing this ladder?
We're climbing a considerable height. It's only natural that it will take some time.
That's not the problem here!
We are getting closer to the top, aren't we?
You've just got to keep your spirits up, Rinwell. Positive thinking is everything.
We finally reached the top.
My limbs feel like they're about to fall off.
Already? You kids need to train more.
She's right. We don't have time to catch our breath.
Someone's got a lot of pep in his step.
Hoodle?
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelegion's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganath Haros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that.
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh,
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. Right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Bullron's castle?
yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danins such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. Do you mind watching our camp tonight? Shall we get moving?
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
I don't want Shion to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.
Whoa! shake off that water. My books are okay.
It's on!
And not on my watch!
Armor one safety! Pile driver!
Ow!
Swallow dance!
Radiant storm! More where that came from!
Find you with the alpha! Elusive beam! No armor! Stop me! Remind me to stay on your good side.
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Supernova!
Eternal Devastation!
Thunder Field! Ow!
No further!
Ow!
Hey! Blow them away!
This one's all mine! Except this one's mine!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Finish it!
Double beam!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Trapped in darkness, pierced by light.
I call it the Rindo Special.
In the water's edge, I see but for a moment one Ganath Haros.
I hate to break it to you, man.
It's on! Leave the charges to me! I'm on it! Air pressure!
A scream bathed.
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Dance in the wind!
Swallow dance! Demon Fang! Hurricane
A
thrust!
charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Shining Supernova! Wing after
Ah!
Benediction light.
Take this! It's over! This one's all mine! Not today!
Lightning condemned!
Light.
Thunder Blade!
So here you are! Pierce through!
Raging
Rising
Storm!
Wyvern!
That's for me!
Raging Cascade!
Eat this!
You are the epitome of wonderful brain.
You'll pay for that!
Thank you. It's mostly a compliment.
Air thrust!
Resuscitation!
Raining strike! It's devastation!
Don't mind if I do! Dance in the wind!
That
Air thrust!
I'm on it!
Challenge force! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Do it! Hey!
Blow them away! I can feel my power growing!
A fish! You saw it too, right?
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
Coming
This
through.
one's all mine!
Air thrust!
Not today!
Big blast!
Can you take it?
Sonic thrust!
Raging
Double
Cascade!
G! I'ma take you all
Your
on!
reflexes will not serve you well indeed.
Destruction!
Field!
Seismic strike! Tempting! Flaming thrust!
Shining Supernova! Thunder Field!
We did it!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Raging Cascade!
Pummeling
Double
spear!
Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade!
We're on a roll now!
Can you
Arch
take it?
requires complete focus! Air
Counter
thrust!
hurricane!
Here I come!
Eagle fly!
Raging Cascade!
Kisara! All yours, Kisara!
Double Demon Fang!
Can you
Now I'm
take
in
it?
the groove!
Thunder Field!
Demon Fang! Tempting!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Hold on to
courteous,
your arms.
aren't you?
Here I come. Not in your dreams.
Ready and ready! The tempest engulfs you!
Supernova!
Not today!
Thunder Field! Shining Supernova!
It's almost too strong!
There you go! Split it open!
Be my guest!
Thunder Field! They're surrounding us!
Now I'm in the field!
Thanks so much!
Now you see what I can do!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me!
Right here!
Ganath, let's go! Thunder Field! Ready!
Hurricane thrust!
Raging Cascade!
All yours, Kisara!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Go no further!
This one's mine!
Raging Cascade!
Hurricane
These ones can run rings around us! Spread! Raging Cascade!
Benediction
Spread!
light.
Raging Cascade!
Anything in order is all mine!
Sweet dreams!
Dust to dust!
Spread!
Dragon form! Eagle ray!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Eat this!
Raging Cascade! Spread!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Be still! Rising Piston! Rising
Raging
Falcon!
Cascade!
Do it! Pierce both! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Our weapons are the sword and...
This and...
Staff.
And you ruined it. I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Gosh, the castle's even larger once you get close to it.
What's that shining thing up top? A spirit vessel? It feels creepy, like it's watching over everything.
You think he knows we're here?
We'd best assume as much, yes.
What we have to do is simple. Just beat Volrun and rescue Shion. That's it.
Try not to work yourself up too much. We have a lot of city and castle yet to traverse.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
You should get some shut-eye.